Welcome back. You're tuned into Sports Federation TV. I'm Lenyukta Chetty. Thank you for staying tuned. From the exciting world of majorettes and cheerleading, we move on to Q Sport. And joining me now is two seasoned players in the world of Q Sport, Dean Byleveld and Paul Bennet. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hi, thank you.
Okay, so there's some amazing things happening in the world of Q Sports now. And now there's an amalgamation of all the different codes under one banner. Paul, you want to touch on that a bit for us?
Yes, so it's Western Cape Q Sports is now taking all the Q Sports into one umbrella, so to make it easier to manage and give everybody equal opportunity of the same goal, which your Protea colors, and it also makes it easier for marketing as well, for sponsorships and stuff like that. So the future is looking really bright for everybody. We even have some new added sports like Chinese 8-ball, which is really exploding at the moment, and there's some really exciting times ahead for that as well.
Okay, what other disciplines are under the banner of Western Cape Q Sports now?
It will obviously be black ball, which is the main one at the moment. That is really active in Cape Town, South Africa in fact. And then you obviously get your 8-ball, and then you get your Chinese 8-ball, which is growing now at the moment. You get 9-ball, you get 10-ball, carom, snooker, which is also growing at the moment. Yeah, there's a bright future for everybody ahead if you really take up these sports.
Okay. Now, Dean, you've also had the privilege, or let's say you earned the privilege of representing the country as well at international Q Sport events. You also play the sport of black ball, but you're involved with 8-ball pool as well. Hey.
Yes, correct. Yeah,
Okay.
I played in Blackpool. Played some 8-ball pool, but I have been involved with black ball as well. Love the sport or the discipline. Yeah, I'm involved in both disciplines of the game.
Yeah. I mean, it's not uncommon then to see players dabble in a little bit of every Q sport. Hey.
No, not at all. It's actually better for the player to dabble a bit in both, because there are two very strong dimensions of the game that really helps you with your arsenal, and if you can participate in both, it will be better.
Yeah, and now we're seeing a move as well from the smaller tables to the mid-sized tables, and the large snooker tables that have been, well, historically quite popular.
That's correct, yeah.
Internationally.
You will most likely be referring to the new Chinese 8-ball, which is looking very exciting. I can't wait to try this myself. Actually, we're getting some tables soon. At two specific venues. The one will be by Nix, and another one will be by Canterbury, and those are both in the northern suburbs. They're getting tables very soon, and as soon as they come, it will take off in Cape Town like wildfire.
Yes, and you're still quite a strong player, but you've also decided to give back, and now you're the vice president of the Central Bula and Pool Federation.
Correct, yes.
It's not common for more seasoned players to also want to get involved in admin because of the amount of work it takes being a volunteer. What kind of spurred you on to make that decision?
Yeah, definitely, I agree. I think over the years, you realize what the game needs or the sport needs, and what's lacking in the areas. Yeah, I try to help and tend to help where I can. And yes, the league that we're trying to run is a big money league, and I think money is a big thing for pool players. If there's some money to be won, you tend to draw the best players in the area. And if the best players are there, the development will also be there for the players that are learning. Like myself, when I came up through the ranks, it's always fun to play against the best players in the area. Yes, so yeah, that's how I'm trying to grow it, and throwing money at the sport will get the best players there and eventually grow the game and the skill level of everyone involved. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, for those of you who don't know, Paul Bennet is known as Paul the Gentleman Bennet. He's quite a well-known player in the world of Q Sport, and recently there was the National Black Ball Championships that was held at Carnival City in Johannesburg. Paul, you're going to share some highlights with us there, because Western Cape just exploded. Hey.
Yes, no, we completely dominated the tournament, in the previous two years as well. We also dominated, but this year was exceptional because we managed to take away a South African title, which I took away the over 40s title, and I'm actually quite chuffed over that, because I've been knocking on that doorstep for so long, and finally finally I've managed to take home a South African title to Cape Town, and I'm very proud of that. Apart from that, we've had so many individual top performers like Olivia Lena, that's made the #1 seed for the very first time, which I'm very happy for about, and also her partner Rushan, who's also made his Protea colours, so the two of them get to go together,
Yes,
which is actually quite nice. It's like a fairy tale for them, and I'm really happy for them. So apart from that as well, the whole senior team made the Protea side, so all 5 of us are going, and that hasn't happened yet, where the full Protea team comes from one province. That is absolutely amazing. So those are some highlights from the tournament that I can take away.
Yeah, just to put it into perspective for our viewers, what does one have to achieve at the nationals in order to make the team that will get Protea colours?
The Protea team, yeah. Well, you play in a team event which comprises anywhere from about, if I should really put a number to it, about I'm just going to make a ballpark figure. It's probably about 200 players, which eventually means you have to play about 195 players, 1 frame each. So if all those players are on a complete round robin, so the top 5 players who scored the most points, that is straight your Protea team, straight. So
and
the top 5, and if you win the singles title, that person also gets to go as a Protea player, as a 6th player.
Yeah. Now, winning, you are currently the seniors champ in South Africa for blackball.
Yes.
Just talk us through what it takes to actually win that title, and why that title is so prestigious in the world of Q Sports, being the singles champ in any division.
Well, being a South African champion at any sport, I'm sure a lot of South African champions watching this now can relate to that. It's a very special title, and you can actually say that you're the best in the country in whichever division that is at that sport. So you can say that proudly, and I'm happy about that for sure. And it was actually very emotional. I've been telling a lot of people, they ask me, what was your feeling when you actually won that title? And I say, you know what, for the past 15 years that I've been playing the sport and coming so close to winning the title, I had a speech prepared for the past 15 years. Come that moment when I dropped that black ball, I couldn't make a speech. So that's how special it was to me. It was
speechless.
I was speechless. Gone.
Yeah, absolutely. And who did you play in that final?
I played Wayne Weber, an old friend. Like I said, we dominated.
Also from the Western Cape?
From the Western Cape. We played in the absolute same team as well. And I played him, so it was sweet, and yeah, it was a good match as well. I played well. I was actually quite chuffed with myself how strong I was playing, and maybe he was still settling down, I think, because of the arena, and I took advantage of that.
Yes.
So I'm happy to walk away with the title against him.
Yeah. Now you are currently ranked #3 in the seniors division in the country, and #2 in the opens division, which is a younger category.
In the open category, yeah.
How did that happen?
Man, I think the first week really prepared me well for the second week, and I adjusted to the tables, I adjusted to the light, I adjusted to the whole atmosphere of the whole arena, and that is a definite advantage for any sportsman. If you get that kind of, if you can settle down quick in a tournament, then you can get comfortable, and you can really bring your best to the table, and I think that's what happened with me.
So you found your mojo in that first week.
Quick.
Lovely. Now, Dean, also having experience of playing on an international circuit, what is the best thing about that experience? Because it's every athlete's dream, no matter which sport you play in, to represent your country and go to a world champs, whatever world champs it is. What do you think is the best thing about that?
I think the best experience that I got out of it was the level of quality internationally. In South Africa, we have very, very good players, Paul being one of them, and we have a lot of great quality players in South Africa, but internationally, the level is just stepped up to something that we're not used to. We do have the quality in South Africa, but when you get there, you really see that everyone is on a completely different level. And I do think that the South Africans, we have the talent and the quality to match them, but they play against that quality of player and caliber of player on a daily or weekly or monthly basis in all of their tournaments.
And they don't work. They do that.
Yes, yeah.
They do that as a job. Hey.
Sure, yeah. There are many players that that play full time, that are quality players, yes, that put their whole life.
Yeah, they play on a professional circuit as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There's a professional circuit in blackball as well. I think Paul would be able to know more about it.
Yes, yes.
But those we can watch them online, yeah, and they are world class. Yes. So that's the best thing that I took out of it, is that the quality has just stepped up on another level. Where here we have our 1 or 2 extra players, or exceptional players, as I might put it, where there every second player is on a level that is exceptional, fantastic level. Yeah. That's what I took away from it. Yeah.
Now, Dean, let's touch on this big project of Central Byleveld Pool Federation.
Yes.
You've got a 100,000 Rand singles league lined up for the year.
That's correct, yeah.
Can you run us through basically how that will work?
Yes, well, latching on to what I said earlier on, we need to develop the sport a little bit more, and I think, like I said, money is a great way to do it. Players want to win big prizes, they want to win prestigious prizes and big money, and we've decided to try create a league, a singles league basis, like you said, of 96 players, broken up into 3 different leagues, a top league, a middle league, and a third league, and yeah, we'll split up the money accordingly, and yeah, it will be played in both rules of the game. We'll play 8-ball and black ball, and the winner of each league will be decided on the combined winner of the two games that you'll be playing on the night.
Okay.
Yeah, it's singles based. There'll be, like I said, 32 players. You'll play everyone once, both rules, and that's that. There's some big money that we're throwing into it. Currently, we're basing the prize money on 96 entries. If we do get 96 entries, the first prize for the top league will be 22,000 Rand, which is a nice paycheck for players in our area. It's, we don't get paychecks like that every day. You usually have to wait around for a big tournament once a year, if it comes around. So it's nice to also get some big money thrown into a league format where you can prove yourself over a period of time.
What would you say is the advantages of playing a singles league as opposed to a team league?
The advantages that I've gotten out of it is you can really focus on your own game. If you are struggling with your own game, or you want to learn from someone, you will be playing someone, the league format that we've set it up now, 14 games, 7 games of 8-ball, 7 games of black ball. Where in a team event structure, you play one frame, you sit down for 10-15 minutes, you play another frame. Where in a singles league, you're continuously playing until the entire match is done. So you can really figure out where your shortcomings are in the game, what you need to work on, what is making someone else strong, where you can learn from someone else. Playing against the likes of Paul, you get a full 2 or 3 hours to watch Paul do his craft, and you can learn from that. If you're a weaker player, if you're someone that's close to his level, you can see what he's doing slightly differently to tweak your own game to get onto the level, to eventually wear the colors that he's wearing today.
Okay.
So yes, I think you just get a little bit more time, and on a weekly basis you are playing a lot more games. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming and sharing the news from the Q Sport world. So for more information, I know Western Cape Q Sports has a Facebook page, and so does Central Byleveld Pool Federation.
Yes, that's correct.
Anybody who is interested in playing pool, snooker, carom, 9-ball, 10-ball, or even Chinese 8-ball can get information about those sports on those respective Facebook pages. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch up with you again in the future.
Cheers.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
After the break, we'll be back with another sport and also the Bashes competition, so don't go anywhere.